Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm trading the ES futures on a 2000 tick chart with a 21 EMA. So I've got my overnight highs up here, overnight lows down here. Now, zooming in here, so 8 o'clock is around this area right here. So we have this push down, break, new low, so downtrend, break, new low. We push right off the overnight low and we start going congestive here. So we have this push higher here, and then it gets really choppy. We break, have that second push higher. So at first it's like this. Because price action levels get bigger over time, these two smaller legs, of course, make up one bigger leg as more time went on. So here we break out of this range right here, and it's already after these two legs up. So you don't want to enter on this breakout pullback. You just already had two legs up, and it's just a breakout pullback. It's not really any other trade right here. It's just a breakout pullback at the end of this two-legged move. It's not a good reversal pattern. It's really just two legs up and then a very small correction there. So that's not worth entering on. But we also have this uptrend forming here. We have the highs, lows. It's not confirmed, but these, it is forming, and then you have this short right here. It's a breakout of this range right here. You don't want to enter directly into that trend line there, but you do have two pushes down. It does successfully go down here, and then I'm going to remove this just for to declutter it. But after those two pushes down, you reach the low of this range right here, and you bounce right off of it, push straight out the highs. There's no way that you can get in on that. There's unfortunately no entry down here. And we really just keep going straight sideways here. And like I said, price action levels get bigger as more time goes on. So we have that first leg up, break, and then this second leg up, which is also made up of two smaller legs here. And we're starting to go into this bigger uptrend here. And also after you get this breakout and then that second breakout, I just moved it up here. And then, somewhere around here, you got to find out where it fits best. So we have an overshoot of this trend right here. So we overshoot. We have these two pushes back down. There's really no reason to enter into it. It just looks like we're reversing here. We're going higher. And also the EMA at the end of it here, it was holding kind of well. I mean, it was chopping through it for a while, but clearly with these higher highs, it's holding above the EMA more than it is closing below. I mean, you push below it here a little bit, and then you shoot way higher. You push below it a little bit, and you shoot way higher. So you don't want to enter into the EMA in this case here. But anyway, we do push lower here. We break out of the overnight low. We break out of this range right here. We attempt to pull back. So we have this breakout, pull back. That's not enough for me to enter on anything. I mean, that's really just it's not a good signal bar. It's a breakout pullback of the overnight low. That's not enough for me to enter. You draw this in the meantime here. So you would have this drawn. It didn't even hold for a third time, which you can see that, what about these 1, 2, 3? That's really just one hold right there. That's one from the start, 1, 2, and then it didn't hold a third time there. And then it also overshot right before, because overshoots lead to breaks. That's not unsurprising. That's not surprising. So we start going sideways here. It's a pretty clear range, and then this is where I really wanted to enter here, because we had this on a big picture, because even this downtrend break new low, this is one leg on a big picture. So you have this measured move in play, these two legs, measured move in play. You can view this as a big picture failed second entry right here, because first entry long, second entry long, failure. So this is a big picture failed second entry here, but you do need it to close out of the overnight low. And you need, if you want to fade this range right here, you do need it to close below, because the overnight low is a strong level. It could just bounce right off of it, and we don't get any good setup closing below, so unable to enter on that. And then this is a small trade right here. So you can see that it's a to the tick failed second entry here. That's not really how I was, playing it. The way I was taking it was I was viewing it as a continuation of this big picture failed second entry. So we have the big picture failed second entry right here. First entry long, second entry long, failure. And then clearly this level was unable to get breached very far by that big picture failed second entry. So I knew that this level was likely very strong. It showed that it was strong when it couldn't get through it there on that big picture failed second entry. So that's why I would not want to push it through it here. But really the way I viewed it was, so this level right here is a lower high to this failed second entry, but it's right in STT after a bullish move. So you don't want to enter on that. But then you get a lower high, it's basically a continuation of this lower high for this big picture failed second entry. And then you barely got room. I had to use a limit order because I didn't want to push it out, because, it rejected it once we got there on a pretty big entry, big picture entry there. So I wanted to get out completely before that line. But it ended up not holding at all. It just plummeted straight through. But anyway, so we started going down. It nearly reached the trend line there, so we nearly have three confirmations there. We're clearly going into this downtrend here. So we push out. We have this correction here. We don't reach the EMA. We don't reach the EMA here. And at this point, this lower trend line did not hold. And then, so you can view that as an overshoot, because this is a confirmed channel. It, missed it by a tick right there. This is a confirmed channel. That's basically reaching it. We overshot, and then as soon as we overshot, we had this push higher here, a very strong push higher. And then we had this first leg higher, break, second leg higher. And I was looking for a reversal higher because, even though we're in this downtrend, you can still enter long, but you would just want to limit your targets to 1-to-1, even if there's no real resistance in the way of, going for more. But we were push higher here, break. I was wanting to get a failed second entry reversal pattern in this area here, like, push higher, and then a couple leg break, but the EMA holding, which we just don't get that here. We just rocket on higher here. And so we push up, we have these two legs up. I start drawing this channel here. We retest this range level right here, and then we just push strongly off of it right there, right at the end of this measured move here. So let me get this perfectly off of it. So this trade right here is two legs up, perfect measured move, retesting this range level. We strongly reacted to it, and it's just to get out before this trend line right here, because you don't want to push it through that trend line because it could just bounce right off of it. So you still got good risk to reward. This is 1.5 R on here, and yeah, it would have made 2 R obviously, but you don't want to push it through this trend line right here. So I had to do 1.5, but we start going into this downtrend here. So we have these highs, I had these lows here, and then we overshot, but these overshoots did eventually, come together and hold as the lows right here. And then the upper trend line held after those overshoots there. So we pushed lower here, and then I did not want to enter here. It would have made 1-to-1, but the reason I don't like it is because you're entering short so low, and what I was wanting was this first leg up here. I was wanting like two clear legs up, and I was wanting to hold on the EMA, but that's not what happened. We just went lower. We, broke lower than that, that low swing right there, and then we pushed higher, and then we closed above the EMA. So it closed above the EMA, shorting very low into this market, and it would have made 1-to-1 if you stayed, as long as you stay within the, this low right here, this resistance right here. It bounced right off that resistance, but it's just too risky. You're shorting very low, once again, right after it closed above the EMA, and you just don't want to do that. So you want to wait on these deeper corrections, like right here, for instance. You don't want to short that low, when it, closing above the EMA like that. Like this right here was shorting low, but the EMA actually held. We pushed higher here, and then it, clearly went lower here, and it was continuing a much larger picture here. There's no larger picture in play. You're just in this downtrend. There's no big picture failed second entry at this area right here. So when it closed above the EMA like that, you don't want to go short right there. So we push higher here. We go into this uptrend, draw these lows. Those highs fit well, and I got this measured move right here, which was from there. So push higher, break, second push higher. We broke this channel. It did not hold. It starts going congestive right here. And yeah, so we got this breakout. We faded higher. Of course, I would not want to take that because you're right into this channel high right here. But that is what happens. It breaks out, pushes higher. There's no good entry there, in my opinion. So anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helped in some way. We're getting these two, and like I said, price action levels get bigger as more time goes on. So these two legs up here, which of course is made up of these two smaller legs up here for that first leg, and then you get these even bigger legs here. And so I guess we'll see how it reacts to that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day, everybody.